Yeah, he finished, cuz. Sorry for your loss, gang. Sorry for your loss, gang. R.I.P. to the Pine Street Squirrel. Oh, another one. Oh, he wildin'. Oh, shit. He raided the whole strip. Word a cool grave. It's just dropping out the tree. What's wrong with Cuddy? Oh, he wilding on him. He killing him. Oh, Cuddy wilding on him. Oh, he murking all of them. Whole family gotta go.
And I'd like to end by saying that I am extremely worried about the children. And that's why today I wanted to do a live stream, because during the lockdown, as we've seen again from this document, it was actually this is a global agenda. And because I'm international, I see how this agenda is playing out across the world, because I see the repetition. I see the identical repetition in each country. And so I see that measures have been put in place for children to be removed from their homes. And we know that the lockdown measures included the speeded up installation of 5G, and we know, and you can see here in Vienna, I've been shocked to see how many enormous antennas have been installed immediately outside schools, nurseries, kindergartens. It's horrifying. And I'm also told that WiGig has been widely installed in British schools. So I have to warn parents, do not send your children to school, because the second wave is going to be the electromagnetic radiation, and the intention is to declare that the children have been affected by the alleged COVID, and they're quarantining the school, and parents may never see their children again. And that is real. And you know, we're all in a state of cognitive dissonance. Yeah, I wake up every morning. For a long time, I've been doing this for 26 months, and for a long time in those early months, I woke up in the morning and I pinched myself and I said, "This cannot be true. It cannot be true." Yeah, and you know, the normal human mind, the non-psychopathic human mind, just goes into cognitive dissonance. Yeah, I can understand that people can't deal with this. Yeah, so even now, as I talk about this situation with the children, you know, I myself, I find it hard to accept this. Yeah, but I have looked at the legal arrangements that have been put in place, and I know the agenda. An electromagnetic weapon was used in an American school. And I think I have to say that now, with so many children at stake. Yeah.
I mean, though, obviously for the sensory reasons, this was all just for entertainment, and I'm as fictional as a dinosaur, baby.
What's your name?
Debbie Brockman, I work for WGN. Let them know.
I got you. Yep. Debbie Browning? Brockman, WGN. You guys want to share your names too, or just going to cover your face?
Yo, Councilman. ICE is arresting Jews now. Koreans, Black Americans, hey, nobody's safe, dog. Anyway, y'all stay up and let's go.
I want to show y'all something. Did y'all see this? Yo, that was crazy. And I don't think it was no AI either. I think that was real. Look how whatever she holding fall out her hand at the same time. Wow. Now my question to the people watching this is, how would you feel if you was in this situation? Would you be scared or would you be willing to go? I mean, really think about it. You know how they make mention of the rapture, all right? And people out of nowhere just getting put up in the air? Well, what if in reality it really is these extraterrestrials using light photon tractor beam technology to pull certain individuals up? And the individuals that they pull up is people that they scanned, people that they thoroughly analyze, and if they morphogenetic field output a certain frequency, then they're selected to get pulled up or abducted. This whole theory or concept may sound completely crazy to some of y'all. Some of y'all may be thinking I'm wilding, but I'm going to show you a few scriptures that actually show detail of certain individuals being put directly up in the air. It's important to know that all of the angelic entities, as well as demons and gods that were ever made mention of in the Bible, were actually extraterrestrial biological entities, some agreeable and some disagreeable. Ezekiel, all right, it states several Old Testament figures were taken up to a heaven, all right, either in a vision or physically as a result of their special relationship with God. Now, we know heaven and the Bible was actually referred to as Uranus, all right, originally, but the translation in Uranus translates to Orion, all right. So when they make reference to being in the heavens, typically this is the constellation of Orion. It also states that sometimes this was done either in a vision or done physically, all right. So typically if it's done in a vision, this is happening in an astral plane where these extraterrestrials will visit them in the astros and actually take them to certain realms. That also could happen, or it can actually happen physically if you're in a certain resonance, all right. Again, these extraterrestrials typically don't like coming down to the third density due to the fact that their realm is so heavy, all right. So oftentimes they'll scan your frequency, and if you vibrate in a certain resonance, then they could come near you without getting sick. The book of Enoch in Genesis, it states Enoch walked faithfully with God, then he was no more because God took him away. All right. So again, oftentimes that some of these extraterrestrials, Anunnakis, Elohim, some of these beings were revered as gods. All right. They stood, their stature was very tall. They had technology that they didn't understand. And typically these ancients referred to them as gods. So anytime you see them saying they're walking with God, they're not talking about the prime source. They're actually referring to some form of extraterrestrial being that they highly revered. If you look at Elijah, it says a chariot of fire with horses of fire appeared and separated the prophet Elijah from his successor Elisha. As Elisha watched, Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. All right, so he was taken up also. And in Ezekiel, it states the prophet Ezekiel was lifted up by the Spirit of the Lord in a vision. And when Elijah was taken up, he was taken up in a vision, all right? So this, to me, means that the individual that Elijah was referring to as Lord or God was actually some form of celestial spirit guide that was bringing him from third density to higher dimensional realms of consciousness, basically in turn elevating Elijah, right? Now, oftentimes when you decalcify and activate the pineal gland, when I'm utilizing things like Blue Lotus or Marlboro, sometimes I'll actually communicate with higher dimensional entities that will give me tutelage and access to the Akashic records. This is why I recommend decalcifying and activating the pineal gland, utilizing herbs like Haritaki, utilizing herbs like lion's mane mushroom, aka Hericium erinaceus. It's known to regenerate damaged neurons. I recommend the utilization of Bacopa minori, all right, also known as Brahmi, named after Brahma, which is the Hindu deity and god of creation, all right, and it's associated and linked with universal consciousness, all right. So in turn, when you look at the word rapture, the rapture is being put from earth to heaven, all right. So that could be basically associated with the root chakra, which is attached to earth. And when we talk about the crown chakra, this is the personification of heaven's gate or heaven, all right. So you being put up from the root to the crown chakra could be in turn your higher self abducting you, all right, or pulling you up, all right. So this is what the real rapture is. It's eternal work, and you pulling yourself up from the lower chakra centers to your higher chakras, basically from the R complex, the reptilian brain, that fight or flight, basically to that higher transcendental state of consciousness and seventh circuit of the brain. Now, because we're in an age of awakening right now, there's a lot of individuals all over the planet currently waking up and becoming aware that this whole system, this whole maniacal, tumultuous, patriarchal realm have been subjugated, all right? And we're taking the power back slowly by stepping into consciousness and awareness, all right? Everybody waking up elevates the frequency, and it pretty much distorts the illusion that they currently have. It distorts it. It scrambles the technology that they're using to pretty much hold up the veil, all right? The veil is being ripped apart. Now, when you see certain crafts or UFOs take up individuals, right, it's primarily because they're not from here. They had a certain mission. They were sent here for a certain period of time, and they're elected to go back home, all right? We don't know who we are in these higher dimensional realms. We're under this state of amnesia right now. A lot of you are a lot higher ranked in the cosmos than you believe you are. Some of you are gods and goddesses that control multiple realms, and kings and queens and of higher hierarchy in your realm, in your particular area of the cosmos, all right? You're just here playing a game. So don't be surprised if you see ships, all right? A lot of times they're watching you for a reason.
If y'all thought the sky was a backdrop, I need y'all to stop and look again, because the veil is thinning, y'all. There is so much activity going on in the sky right now. The sky is signaling, and it's pulsating, it's flashing. Did anybody see this in Minnesota the other night? Now again, the Bible talks of these times where we will see signs in the sky when there's a major change that's coming upon earth. And look at the sky in Minnesota. Hold on. Y'all thought Minnesota was showing out? Look at what's going on in Delaware. What is happening with the sky? Is God sending us a message of the changes to come? Now something strange must be going on in Delaware, because my friend looked back and she took out her camera because the sky was purple, and then when she looked up she saw these things flying up in the sky, y'all. Can y'all see that? Hold on, let me zoom in and show y'all what this is and y'all can let me know. Look at this. These things were flying around in the sky. Now you think that they were stars, but check this out. What is this, y'all? What is this? She said it looked like some type of crustacean. You know how they talk about the waters above and the waters below? Well, we are in the waters below and this is the waters above. She said it looked like some type of crustacean flying up there or swimming around up there. What is that, y'all? That's not a star. Now back to Minnesota. What is going on here? Look at this. This thing is flashing, it's pulsating, it's glitching. Y'all see that?
Wow, I have never seen anything like this before in my life. It's a red sky. There's a major storm coming in. Wow, I have never seen anything like this.
Look at the flashing, y'all. It's going crazy. It's like the Dragon Ball Z episode that we've all been waiting for.
Wow, look at that.
Look at, what is that the sun?
Wow.
Look at the horizon, y'all.
I'll show you this. Over here, and you can see that there's almost a rainbow in the sky.
There's that rainbow that be everywhere, that dark banded rainbow that be everywhere. When I get a chance, I'm gonna sit down and make videos for you guys about the anomalies that's taking place around the sky. Tell me y'all see this rainbow, right? But what is this? What is this dark spherical object that's cloaked in the sky? You guys can clearly see that. And there's another one up here. Y'all can see that sphere up here. What are those? What are they not telling us? And how convenient for NASA to go dark right now when we have all these sky anomalies taking place, y'all. The sky is signaling great changes to come into our world, y'all. Are you guys ready? Let me know down in the comments below, y'all. I'll be telling y'all the shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Look at the other side of the rainbow. Look at that. Peace in. A lot of y'all think have y'all apps been bugging? My internet has been tripping all day. And I just heard that the whole Amazon empire, the Amazon web service, had a massive outage. Check this out. Even my OBS was glitching, y'all, when I went live this rising. We must be close to the big one, y'all. This is crazy. Y'all see this?
So it's currently Monday, about 10:30 in the morning. Is anybody else's banking apps down? Now I'm seeing loads of reports that HMRC are having problems, Amazon Web Services are having problems. But I've tried logging onto my bank account a couple of times. I thought it was because I've maybe got a VPN or something like that. But no, it's not working. What is happening?
When the empire starts crashing, just know that we are close to the big one.
Hey, good morning to you, George. Yeah, if you were up late overnight wanting to watch some of your favorite shows, or even if you had a flight to catch, you may have noticed a problem with many of your favorite apps thanks to a major outage taking down some really big name favorites. Amazon Web Services, which is a leader in the cloud infrastructure market, reported the outage, citing an operational issue, saying around 2 a.m. East Coast time that it was working to accelerate the recovery. According to the app that tracks problems like these, Down Detector, some of the sites affected that you mentioned, Amazon, Prime Video, Disney Plus, which is owned by the parent company of ABC, Lyft, McDonald's, Snapchat, United Airlines, Venmo, and Verizon. The list goes on and on. Some United and Delta customers even reported on social media they couldn't find their reservations online, they couldn't check in, they couldn't drop their bags. Other social media users cited problems with cloud-based games, including Roblox and Fortnite.
Do y'all know how big AWS is? It's not just Amazon, it is the backbone of the digital world. Streaming, websites, gaming, payment system, they all funnel through that one giant beast. If that thing starts glitching, I'm telling you guys, something big is coming. This is getting us ready for that, y'all. They said November, right? November, that's next month. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about this video, y'all. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace.
Amazon closure at 3 a.m. in the morning. They have no answers for us. We've all been sitting here for about 30-45 minutes.
So I came from my shift at Amazon Flex this morning. I had a shift at 3:30 a.m. And when I got here at 3:20, there were people standing outside. Yeah, when I got there, people were standing outside, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm trying to sign into my app, and it's not working. So I'm walking up, and I hear the people from inside saying that the app is down, like the whole store is down, type shit, and they can't help us. We have to call support.
Alright, so this is everything that's currently down. Life 360 is down.
So every single website you care about is down. Every important website is down right now. Yeah, I know, because I've been on a call for about an hour and 45 minutes because our monitoring went off. I'm on call. And we're like, whoa, what's going on? This service never goes down. It's an older service, and we have some dependencies on AWS in Virginia. And so looking to see, well, you know, is that our usual suspects? Do we have like something that expired or something like that in the chain? No. And then one of my other engineers popped in and went, hey, it's AWS. And I'm like, okay, well, that was my next guess because everything else looks pretty good. New Relic isn't working well. GitHub isn't working well. Slack is having intermittent issues. There's just so many things going on. So our newer services are cross-cloud, and so we're able to switch over and automatically without any impact. But some of our older services that are based on some serverless stuff are tied to AWS. And this is one of those cases where we're like, don't tie to AWS. And I remember even when I was at AWS, they said, that's ridiculous. If AWS is down, the whole internet is down. Well, okay. There's a lot of the internet that's down right now, but not everything. Not everything is down. Services that depend on Azure only probably are not affected. But you don't know where the hidden dependency is. So if you have a third-party component to your service, it may be dependent on AWS. And you may be saying, but I'm not using AWS in Virginia. I'm using DynamoDB. Well, guess what? DynamoDB depends on Virginia. That's right.
So they tell us to recycle to save the planet, right? Reduce waste, protect resources, cut pollution, and all that type of stuff. But what they don't tell you is what they actually transmute this plastic into, which is synthetic fibers that end up polyester, nylon, acrylic, which end up in our clothes, in our babies' clothes, right? And then these things end up in our skin because when we wash it and all this type of stuff, it turns into microplastics. And microplastics has the ability to enter our skin because our skin is the biggest organ. And now we have this stuff inside of our lungs, our kidneys, our bloodstream. Look at this, y'all. All of this stuff is going inside of our body. So all of these so-called new hip clothes that men and women are wearing alike, you know, the Lululemons and these workout gears, all of this is created from synthetic fibers that contain microplastics now that you are absorbing. And this thing is hurting you on an energetic level because this makes your biofield weaker. This is not about saving the planet at all. This is about keeping humanity looping through an artificial ecosystem. We are divine beings. Divine beings need to wear cotton, hemp, linen, bamboo, and all these things that actually help strengthen your body. That's why they make these new clothes look appealing to the other sex, because they want you to buy this, but it's hurting you on an energetic level. So I don't know if you guys know this, but the so-called quote-unquote holiday season is dead. I noticed this a few years ago, y'all, and I came across an article that says that Donald Trump is thinking about canceling this holiday season because it's hurting the economy, right? You guys do know that majority of these so-called holidays that you guys are celebrating are predicated upon the murdering and the killing of the indigenous race. You guys do know that, right? Like, say, let's say Thanksgiving, for instance, right? Christopher Columbus came over to our land, right? Mass murdered the indigenous people, the indigenous race, right? And then he says, thanks for giving us this land. Did you guys know that? Right? We didn't even give him anything, but he just took it. And he says, thanks for giving us this land. And then you guys created a holy day around it, a holy day, right? And it's called a holy day because it's full of holes. Those days don't stand on nothing but the killing and murdering of the indigenous race, right? And then Christmas, right? The celebration of Jesus Christ, the birth of Jesus Christ. But y'all don't even know or don't even y'all don't even know if he was born on Christmas or on Easter. Make up your minds already. This holiday has been running around for what, how many years, right? And then y'all still don't know if he was born on Easter or on Christmas. And then, right, the 4th of July, because it's called the 4th of July because Jews lie. The fake Jews lie. You know what I'm saying? And then it's all about, you know, the separation of the enslavement of the so-called white people from the indigenous race. It's deeper than you think, y'all. The type of history that they put behind these fallacies, these holy days, is false. It's not even true, but it's predicated upon the murdering and the killing of the indigenous race. Right? Y'all came to our land, y'all did all this type of stuff, right? And now you wonder why the holiday spirit is broken, because y'all never paid back your karma. You never pay back your karma. And I told y'all, Donald Trump is here to dismantle this corporation that has been doing the indigenous race wrong. I told y'all this. So let's see this year if we're going to have some type of Christmas or some type of Thanksgiving. Shit, even last year we didn't experience none of that type of stuff, man. Were you guys celebrating it? Because I don't even see people doing trick-or-treating or none of that type of stuff anymore. But you guys are going to learn the truth of the reality of the situation, man. I've been telling y'all the shift is here. And I, for one, stand with Donald Trump removing these holidays because they have been hurting us for quite some time. The shift is here. Y'all see it. Y'all feel it. Let's continue to get it. Peace in. So SNAP benefits have been cut off and people are upset. There are tons of videos on TikTok like nobody's business. Like, people are expecting the government to look at these videos and just release the SNAP benefits. But what people are failing to realize, I've been exposed this, y'all. I've been told you guys, you think you're talking to somebody real, but you are actually talking to artificial intelligence, all right? Think about it, y'all. There's been tons of videos. When we look at the videos, things don't make sense. We see double actors, double agents, triple people in the same crowd. And people are like, why is that? Because I told y'all, the government is artificial intelligence. These people have been gone. You don't think they know the chaos that's about to happen? You don't think this right here is slow release? Like, cutting these things off is slow release, but they know what's about to happen. Think about all the videos that you've seen that you have been questioning. Are these people real? Why do they look like that? Why do they act like that? Why do they act like they don't care about you? Because they were never real in the first place. They were never real in the first place. You think these people are real? We are in a simulation. The world is a stage, and people are about to find out. I'm telling you guys this. There's a reason why the simulation theory exists. Why we all know that we are in the matrix, but people are still living like this is real life, man. You're just a character. I'm not who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm a soul trapped in a physical vessel experiencing this simulation. You get what I'm saying? But people are about to find out. Your government, they're not real. They don't care about you. Just the fact that it's people who don't even look like us, and this planet is ours, right? This planet is ours, but the government is being ran by people who don't even look like us and who don't care for us, man. You guys are about to be in for a rude awakening. The shift is here. I've been telling y'all, man. Y'all better wake up. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
I see everybody going all wild about people's SNAP benefits, EBT, Section 8, etc. Basically, government assistance. And what I've been proving to y'all for the longest, and I basically explained everything that's happening now a long time ago, but basically when Trump was trying to do these things, that's when they made these nationwide injunctions to stop people from basically having their rights by violating ours. So essentially, they just holding up the process of the inevitable because they already know that they're wrong, and they just trying to use loopholes to continue on and on and on. So check it. What they've been doing to the real Americans who are the black Americans, and I always say this and prove to y'all because this is why the system works this way, till it seems as though that we're getting all the benefits from these programs when we're really not. We're getting the oppression part of it, because what they're doing when you sign to these programs, they're becoming the trustee to your trust account. So they're withdrawing the funds out of your trust account to supply you the funds they're giving to you through Section 8, EBT, SNAP, whatever you want to call it. Any government assistance you are literally paying for if you are American. But the thing a lot of people don't know, but a lot of people do know, but they're not going to come out and publicly say it. Although some people do when they come and start complaining, and then people be like, that don't even sound right. So basically, people from other countries will come here and they'll actually get better benefits than the people we all think gets the benefits, which is the Black Americans. You know, the way they always say we're in a poverty mindset, but you know, it's like they basically trapped them into that mindset because it seems as though they're getting a free handout, but in all reality, they're paying for it, and it just seems that way. But then you have people on the other end, like when they on their Section 8, right? They live in big houses and communities, and you wouldn't even expect those people to even be on Section 8, but they're basically getting free help on their rent. For what reason? I don't know. I mean, I do know, but it's because they know the loopholes in the system, and the system is made for them and not us. They could be living in a nice 5-bedroom house, 2-story, 2,000 square feet, you know, getting, you know what I'm saying, basically half off rent or even more. Meanwhile, if we was to get Section 8, we'll be stuck in the hoods. And you could be stuck in the hood, right? And you can apply for food stamps. Let's just say you got 3 kids. And they might give you, you know what I'm saying, a few $100, $400, $500. Meanwhile, people in other situations with the same amount of kids that may not even be here legally will get $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, you know what I mean? And even some extra cash on the side from them. I mean, we all done seen it. We done seen the videos. I already done seen the proof. You feel me? Because that's what they basically doing this whole time, allowing them to come over here and take all the benefits and make it seem like we're getting them when we're really not. They're using us and giving it to everybody else. And shit just so crazy how the system work, and everybody just want to fight for it. But they basically designed the system so whenever it does fall, for the people they allow to come over here, you know, basically get free food, free housing and all that, even though they may have assets. They have millions of dollars of assets, but on paper it seems as though they have no income because they know the loopholes. They'll actually be in positions to not fall as hard as the people we think that is getting all the benefits, who are majority Black Americans. So when we lose Section 8, now they won't be able to afford anything because they got caught in that mindset, and they got caught in the cycle that probably been going on for generations that they had no control over. Meanwhile, you got people in much larger houses, living lavish and everything, nice cars, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. They already have enough money accumulated to where if they was to lose that Section 8, they could actually afford their bills still. But that's the whole point of them allowing it to just fall off, because it's people who's really benefiting that's taking most of the money out of all the benefits, you know what I'm saying? It's people that don't even need it. For one group that need it, but they're using it to oppress them, you know, to destroy the family. We already know to keep the father out the picture, whole situation, and we see where that took us at right now, versus everyone else can, but still get the benefits. But like I said, the way the system, they basically reversed it, and it's just crazy as hell. It's hard to believe that people can't see this. But the ones benefiting, they're choosing to ignore it because they just, like I say, they'll still look at us like we're the ones benefiting, even though they know they're getting fat checks every month from the government, while we don't. They get loans 5% to 0. We looking at 30 to 35. Like I say, everything is really a setup. Not making no excuses, but it is what it is. Anyways, I hope y'all picked up what I put down. Y'all know how I keep it. Y'all be guys. Peace.
Hands together for me. You understand you're under arrest.
I didn't mean for it to get this far.
Ma'am, you were caught putting human waste in customer food. We'll talk about it at the station.
Evidence bags ready, buns secured.
All right, we're going to head out. Watch your step.
I'm sorry.
We'll deal with it downtown. Let's move.